Hey, what is up guys, and welcome back to the channel. So in today's video I'm going to bring to you my brand new buyer's guide on the brand new Group 3 Suzuki Gran Turismo car. So this came along in patch 1.17. If you didn't know, last month in patch, I believe 1.15 it was. Yeah, correct. So patch 1.15 brought along the road-going version, the Gran Turismo version of this car, and a month later we're getting another version of it. So this is a Group 3 version. Quite a few cars have done this in the Group 3 category, especially in GT Sport. We had quite a few cars that basically started as a road-going version concept, then went to a race version. So this is the first one to do that in Gran Turismo 7. As you can see, it's 450k from the Suzuki dealer, and it actually has some livery options. My personal favourite being the black with the sort of yellow front lights and this sort of yellow bits of detail. So if you remember my review of the road going version, I just was not the biggest fan of this car. So has my opinion really changed, with this Group 3 version? No, not really. From a performance standpoint, it's still nothing special. Is it bad? Not really. It's just very sort of middle of the road. I did notice when it comes to like the feeling of the car and driving it, getting the power down, the acceleration is really good. A bit like the road going version really. But it's good to the point where it will spin your back wheels up if you are not using traction. So you may notice throughout this video there's a few hairy moments where I'm a bit too early on the throttle, a bit too harsh getting the power down, and the rear does kick out. Overall it is, it's a good car. It's unique. It's pretty cool to sort of see this kind of Group 3 car. When you look at it, it doesn't really scream, GT3 car. It doesn't have, apart from the wing, you kind of think it's sort of, I guess, like an upgraded version of the standard road car. You wouldn't think it's a full-blown race car. It kind of, maybe goes against it, I guess, in a way. The fact that it doesn't look really that authentic. Performance wise, I have tested this in the 10 lap event at Watkins Glen, and I've done a few quick races with it, as well as obviously doing this lap guide. So overall, without upgrades, it's not really anything special, and even with upgrades it's okay. But if you obviously put upgrades on the other cars, they will pretty much outperform it. Fuel usage, personally I didn't find it that good. If you run full fuel mix 6, it is okay. It's just pretty much standard. So is there anything that I really like about the car? For me, I don't know. It's the looks. I do like the way it looks. Like I said, it doesn't really scream full race car. Obviously the livery colour options are pretty cool. I do like how it sort of changes the lights, colours, and sort of the bits of detail in the car. It is really cool to kind of have that option there. If you're not big into putting sort of like user created liveries on cars, then it's kind of a plus point for you guys. Overall, an average car. There's nothing majorly stand out, with the car. We all know the other car coming. So for me, I guess I could kind of say it's just another disappointing Suzuki. As you know, I'm not a big fan. I wasn't a big fan of the Group 4, Swift, the Katana edition. I wasn't a huge fan of the road going version of this, and I'm not, a massive fan in terms of performance with this car. But there is something about this car that I do like, and I can't put my finger on it. But I genuinely do enjoy this car for what it is. If you kind of go into it thinking new car, it's going to be overpowered, it's going to dominate Group 3 or anything as such, maybe even will, maybe when balance of performance and such is sort of in effect, maybe it will be very good. I'm not quite sure yet. I haven't tested it on that side of things. But if you just want a car just to drive, have fun with, there's a lot of worse cars out there. You can do a lot worse for 450k. If you think about it in money terms, it's half a race, so in around about 15 minutes, under 15 minutes, you can earn that money, essentially by running one of the money methods. So expense wise, it's fairly priced. Obviously it's another Group 3 car, they're all pretty much the same price, and I cannot really put my finger on what it is that I just enjoy about the car. There's just something about it. Yeah, the handling's a bit weird. Yeah, the way it looks, it doesn't look like a full-blown race car at first. You know, speed-wise, it's okay. Acceleration, good. That is always going to be a plus point. It seems to be a massive plus point with these Suzukis. But I guess you could just say it is just one of those cars that it's just enjoyable. You know, it's flawed to the point where it becomes admirable. That, you know, it's just the kind of car that doesn't have to be perfect. You know, nobody was expecting much from this car. I think when a lot of people saw that it was coming to the game, nobody mentioned it. You know, it was overlooked by, you know, I guess it's kind of like older sibling in the Suzuki family. Obviously the Escudo Pikes Peak, which I have not stopped seeing for, you know, since I believe the weekend when it was kind of announced and we saw the silhouettes and such. Yeah, I think nobody expected anything from this car. Obviously it wasn't until kind of recently that it was officially unveiled and nobody spoke about it. So this car kind of flew under the radar even before it came into the game. And do I think we'll see many people using it? Probably not, but I kind of think that's a good thing about this car. It's the kind of car that can just sort of go under the radar, people can ignore it, and for some reason when you pick it up, it's just going to be enjoyable to drive. You know, like I said, flawed, massively flawed, but it's just a good car. And like I said, it's that kind of car that I just cannot put my finger on, and I'm okay with that. Not every car has to be this ridiculous overpowered machine for me to enjoy. If I'm going to say, you know, buy a car just because, this would kind of be it. I can't give you a specific reason why I enjoy it. You know, it sounded like I was just going into its flaws in the early part of the video, which, yeah, it's flawed, but like I said, just buy it just because you can. It's a new car, you know, I'm not complaining. But yeah, definitely a car you should take a look into, just for the sake of having some fun, enjoying something new, you know, especially something fresh. Like, I feel like a lot of Group 3 has kind of been overlooked, especially recently. I feel like there's been a lot of emphasis in the previous update on the sort of Group 1 cars, Vision Gran Turismo cars, so it's kind of cool to see something added to Group 3 after the BLZ. So yeah, just pick it up. Obviously this is the onboard, very, very similar, and this is what I was talking about, where it doesn't feel or look like a full-blown Group GT3 car. Yeah, there's just something weirdly fascinating about it. You know, it's a car that clearly, you know, it doesn't exist, but it just looks like it doesn't really belong in that category. It just looks like an upgraded road-going version of a new car that we already got, and I kind of feel like it kind of benefits it because it's unique. You know, you look at it and you think, should that really be a Group 3 car? Like, yeah. It's just weird, but who knows? Let's go and look at the overall individual sectors and overall time. So as you can see, when we cross the line, we did 6 minute 50.492. Not a great lap. Obviously I've not covered many Group 3 cars, but if you remember, the old GT500 machines are classed as Group 3, and it's a little bit slower than them, so I guess it's not really that bad. It just must feel slower than it actually is. As you can see, overall that puts it 11th on our board, so just below the Thomas Castrol Supra with 646, Pennzoil Skyline 648, and then 650 with the Suzuki Vision Gran Turismo Group 3 version. So actually performing better than I thought it would, so it's quite surprising. I do kind of not look too much into these until I see them when I'm sort of recording and such, or finalising my recordings. So yeah, I mean, what can I say overall about this car? It's flawed. Its handling's not amazing. There's a lot better cars out there in Group 3 for handling. Acceleration, great. Top speed, okay. Yeah, it doesn't really look like a race car. I mean, maybe it's just me. You guys let me know. Personally, I don't think it really looks like anything you'd expect to be a Group 3 car. Like I said, it just feels like a performance version of a performance car. But yeah, for me, you need to buy it just because why not? It's just a great, weird feeling you get when you drive this thing. So that's going to be this video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, massive thank you to everyone that, tunes into these buyers guides, stays up to date. I cannot thank you enough. Don't forget to do the usual, like I said. And I'll hopefully see you all in the next one. Cheers very much, guys.